Hey guys, I'm Just a Freak and I'm back with a new manga haul. My table is full of boxes. One of them is really huge, it's the biggest one that I ever got. I almost couldn't carry it back home from work, but yeah, it's 1 meter long and I can't even fit it into the frame, so I know I would need a bigger view wide camera for something like that. But anyway, let's get to it. So first of all, let's see what we have in this smaller one. Yeah, we're gonna unbox some things over here. And by the way, also I have some manga that is already unboxed and some comics. Some I've purchased locally from friends or stuff like that, and some I couldn't carry home that I have so many boxes, so I had to manage somehow and fit them into my backpack. So the first one is To Your Eternity by Yoshitoki Oima. This is by the same creator that did A Silent Voice. It's one manga that I really wanted to read for a while. Actually, I've read volume 1 online, and yeah, I can't wait to get into volume 2. I decided to pick it up. I would put it off for a while because it's pretty expensive, because it's by Kodansha and it's more expensive than the normal Viz volume, but yeah, it's something that I needed to do at some point. So yeah, can't wait to get into this one. Next, let's see what we have here. Let me get my knife. And don't know if that helped. Could have just done this from the start. By the way, this is pretty heavy. And oh yeah, so guys, these two are not manga. You're also gonna see some comics in this haul, as you are probably used to by now, because I also collect comic books. But this is a story by Jodorowsky. So these two are from the Inkle series. Jodorowsky being a film producer that at some point he thought of making an equranization of Dune, but after working for a couple of years they didn't do it, and until now that movie is considered one of the best movies that was never done, because it was full blown crazy. And Jodorowsky was a little bit sad about that, so he decided to still make his dream kind of come true, and he decided to go into comic books. And a lot of his ideas regarding Dune were put in this comic series that has that is the Inkle, that also has other series parts, like for example the Meta Barons or the Techno Priests and stuff like that. And also this comic book series was actually became some sort of inspiration for a lot of movies that we have right now, and that are I know quite influential. So for example, The Fifth Element was inspired by Dinkle, Blade Runner and other movies like that. I found out all of that. A friend from work told me, and I decided to get into this universe because it sounded amazing, and it seems like a lot of people in the comic book community are recommending this. So these are practically the last book from the Inkle, because there are 3 books, and this is before the Inkle story. So I'm missing the Inkle. I also ordered that, so probably it's in another package, or if not, it's in the mail. Next one, let's start with this big baby over here. And it looks like this one has paper tape on it. And I love when they do that because it's way easier to recycle. I don't know why they don't do this for all packages. But yeah, normally when I get a package like this, I consider it really big. But today, man, oh my god, I really got a huge one. And yes, as I said, it looks like I have the other one. So let's see. First, I have the first volume from To Your Eternity. As I said, I've read this a while ago, 1 or 2 years ago, digitally on Crunchyroll, if I remember correctly. I think they are putting this out. But I decided to grab the series and to read it in completion. And I also have the third volume. And I think, if I remember correctly, I ordered from Amazon the volume 6 or 4, can't remember correctly, but hopefully it's 4 so that I can finish that up. Damn, these are heavy books. And as I said to you guys a little bit earlier, I also ordered the Inkle, and I also ordered the Meta Barons, this huge box, omnibus containing the whole story. Practically this was the one that was recommended to me by my colleague, but after doing a little bit of researching and finding out that the Meta Baron stories are part of the Inkle universe, I have decided also to get the thing that started everything. And let me also show you a little bit of art. And by the way, if you want some impressions or anything about these books, let me know and I'll do a video after I read them. So let me know in the comment section if you find this interesting. And also keep in mind that this comes in a really collector's edition box with a slipcase and everything like that. So look at this art. And I think that this was an inspiration for the Fifth Element. Yeah, as you can see, he falls and he lands in a car, in a flying car. At some point, I think that they also sued the movie or something like that. But Mobius was also part of this this comic, because he did the art, if I remember correctly, and he worked on the Fifth Element movie. So yeah, they didn't get any money for the idea, but anyway, can't wait to get into this comic. Let's also see something from this one. So the Meta Barons are practically in this universe some really powerful warriors. So practically there's only one Meta Baron at a time. He's the most powerful warrior that there is, and in order to become the new Meta Baron, you'll have to defeat and kill the last one. Damn, I don't know how well you can see, but that's some crazy beautiful art. And yeah, this stuff kind of reminds me of Dune, of Harkonnen, if you know what I'm talking about. I really know that this will be great. Just look at this. Amazing. Really happy that I managed to get them, and in such a good hardcover formats. Next one, it's another big one, as you can see, but this is a little bit flat. Only huge boxes, guys. This not only huge boxes. As I told you, I had another one, but I had to box it at work in order to put it in my backpack. Also, keep in mind that some of these are old orders, old pre-orders, and stuff that I ordered even in December, and they just came to me right now because sometimes it takes forever and packages are lost in mail and I have to contact the firms again to verify the shipping and all of that crazy stuff. And yeah, but I'm used to it because that's how it is in Romania. Oh my god, I think I know what this is, and it was doubled package, and I think that I know why, because this is something that is quite deluxe, I could say, and that I was so happy that I saw that it was getting out and that I was able to get a copy of this, because when it got out, it kind of suddenly went out of print, and I wanted to collect this series for a while now, but the hardcovers were out of print. And this is the Absolute edition of The Swamp Thing by Alan Moore, and this is volume 1, and as all of the Absolute editions, it's oversized. It comes in a really nice slipcover, and as you saw there, for these kinds of edition you get the extra mile for actually shipping it, because it came here without a single dent. And let's look inside. I'm shaking. I'm shaking. This is my first Absolute edition that I get. So as you can see inside the slipcover, it's only white. And damn, this feels great. I don't know, it kind of has a sweet feel to it. It doesn't feel like leather or wood or anything. It feels like some textile material, and it feels quite premium. And yeah, this is the spine of the book, and let's have a look inside. Damn, this looks so good. I can't wait to get into it. I wanted to read this series for a long time, and it looks amazing in this oversized format, and the art is great. By the way, this series also received, from what I know, repainting of the colors, and yeah, it looks really well, and I'm so happy that I have it, and I'm gonna definitely pre-order volume 2, because this is a really nice premium edition. I also want to get the Absolute editions at some point for Sandman, because that's one of my favorite, or maybe it's actually my favorite comic book series. And I was also thinking about getting the Dark Knight Saga by Frank Miller, and also maybe getting Preacher. But anyway, enough with these comic books. You're here for manga. Sorry if I showed you so many comic books in this video, but it's still beautiful art and should be appreciated. And now let's get into the package that it's bigger than the frame, and I don't really know how I should go around to opening this. them. This is so big. Yeah, that's what she said. I don't know, from a big package like this one, it should be popping out manga for an hour or so. Anyway, the story behind this package is kind of funny. This contains orders for 2 or 3 months from Okean, this local seller. But due to some shipping conditions, they contact me for some orders that I had on them, that they had some issues with the distribution, and they offered to give me a refund, but because this was ordered with some really great discounts that I received in the holiday season and after Black Friday that I stacked up, I got a really nice deal on all of these books from 2 different orders, I think. And I told them that I'm willing to wait how long that it can take, because I have a lot of manga to read. I'm not in a hurry. So yeah, box full of manga, man. Let's get to it. So the first 2 books are 2 volumes from the 20th Century box, the Perfect Edition, that are coming out, volume 4 and 5. I don't have 1, 2, 3, but I know that I'm definitely gonna get them, and these were crazy cheap right now. And Naoki Kurosawa, I just know a little bit about this story. It's a mega conspirational story following some group of kids from they were little to when they become adults or something like this. Anyway, when it comes to Naoki Kurosawa, I don't have to know anything because I know that I'm gonna love it. And yeah, these look pretty nice. I also have Monster, Pluto, even Master Keaton in format similar to this, and yeah, can't wait to get all of this also in my collection. Next, to other hardcovers that I can buy without even thinking about it. And this is volume 2 and 3 from Jojo's Bizarre Adventures. These are hardcovers in some really nice edition. They are not Jojonians, but I'm glad that they stick with the hardcover, and it's kind of the same size, so they can go well along each other in the collection. And this is part 4, Diamond is Unbreakable, from the Jojonian universe, and I read part 1 and 2, loved them. I also have part 3, and now I'm slowly collecting part 4. I think that everyone knows about Jojo, and if you don't, check it out, because it's one that it's really well received in the community. Next one, another beautiful hardcover that is a little bit dirty, but yeah, this can be cleaned up. It's only from dust or something like that. Sorry about the background noise, but my dog Batman decided to help me unpack some of these mangas. So yeah, this is No Longer Human, based on a story by Osamu Dazai, a really messed up, depressing story that was also put out in manga format by Furuya, and now we also have it. Batman, can you please stop a little bit? Can you please stop a little bit? Please. He won't stop. But yeah, now we have it from Junji Ito. and it has a slipcover, but also this really beautiful art. If we take the slipcover off, and inside of it we have the same beautiful art, really freaky with I know, crazy smiles and all that. It's freaky from Junji Ito. So I can't wait to read his take on this story, because I've read the one from Furuya that was put out by Vertical a couple of years ago. Next, I have another copy from Frankenstein by the same author, Junji Ito. And I say that I have another copy because I bought this for a friend as a gift, and I'm happy to see that it came in perfect condition, and I can't wait to gift it. Next one, it's something that I was really happy that we will get, and that we will get in this format, in this beautiful hardcover format. This is put out by Viz, and this is an older series, an older horror series, and I love horror. And this is The Drifting Classroom, and it's practically the story of a group of students that were at school one day, and suddenly that whole school disappeared. I don't know, somewhere in another dimension or something like that. Anyway, it's creepy, it's freaky. Can't wait to get into all that mystery and everything, because I heard only good things about this, and the series was out of print and crazy expensive. And at some point I decided to, I was almost ready to pay the sum to buy the old volumes, not all of them because I couldn't find all of them, but now we're getting this, and I'm happy that I didn't do it, and that I'm gonna get this edition. And this took a long while for me to get, but yeah, really happy about it. Next, let's grab a pile. And this looks like some volumes from Dr. Stone. Maybe you guys have heard of it. So Dr. Stone is a new series printed out by Viz, and it's this time is this is done by Boichi, but this time he's doing only the artwork, and that's a good thing because the art is really beautiful. Boichi has some amazing art, but he's not always that good with Batman. Sorry guys, I have to take the paper bags from him because the noise is incredible. So yeah, as I was saying, he has some incredible art, but sometimes his storytelling is not that that good. I personally like it, but yeah, let's see how this is. I haven't read it yet, haven't watched the anime that's out, but it's Boichi, and I wouldn't miss to have something from Boichi in my collection. So these are volume 5, 7, 8 and 9. And I think that I have the other volumes. Finally, I've got the last volume from Maggie, and I think that 2 other missing volumes or something like that should be in this pile of manga, in this box over here. This is volume 37, the last volume from what I know, and yeah, this is a really good shonen series. A lot of people are recommending it, and I think that now if I have all the missing volumes, I have it all, and I can bench it whenever I want. Next, I've got the 2 other volumes from Radiant. This is a manga that, not technically a manga because it's French. This is by Tony Valent. volume 7 and 8. This is also put out by Viz, and from what I've read, I liked it. I really like it. Not liked, I still like it. And I don't know why people are giving so much hate to this, because there is a lot of worst shonen there, and from what I've read, this was funny, the art was nice, and yeah. Some people are calling it generic, but a lot of shonen is generic. Next, I have one of my favorite shonens, and this is One Punch Man. This is a story written by One, but the art is done by Yusuke Murata, and damn, Yusuke Murata can draw some characters and some fight scenes. He's one of the best, in my opinion. It's so good that if you put panels one after another, and if you speed them, you can actually see a motion picture out of it. It's really good, and One has one of the best comedic styles in storytelling. So yeah, one of my favorites. It's sarcastic to the whole hero aspect and everything like that, and it's quite good. Check it out. Next I have some volumes from Golden Kamuy. So I had 3 volumes from this series, I think, and now I've decided to continue to pick them up. Haven't started it yet, but I kind of know what's about in this story. So it's practically a guy finds out about a treasure, and it's a treasure hunt series full with battle, cooking, jokes, and stuff like that. It's a seinen series, and a lot of people are recommending it, and slowly but surely I'm getting it. And it also has some really good art in it, as you can see. And from what I'm hearing, it has a lot of things that you look into a series. It has comedy, it has actions, good art, romance, cooking, even cooking. I'm not that much into cooking, but this also has that, so you can't go wrong there. Next, these are volumes 1 to 4 from sorry, Batman, no, my dog's crazy right now. So these are volume 1 through 4 from Ran and the Grey World. This is something that I wanted to pick up for a while. I know that I say that for everything, but I wanted to pick up everything for a while. That's a true story. As you can see, the covers are beautiful, the art is quite nice, and this is a story, a mythical story full with magic, about a girl that puts on a hat, if I remember correctly, or some shoes, can't remember well, and she becomes an adult. And yeah, the art is quite good. I saw some videos for this, but look at this, it's amazing. Also, this is a little bit controversial, because this girl is really small, but when she wears that magical item, she becomes an adult, and it also has a kind of a romantic side in it, and that's a little bit controversial, and some people don't like that. But yeah, I want to see how it works out, and it's something that I wanted to read for a while, and I finally got a nice price on it, because even if this is put out by Viz, it's pretty expensive, because it's in this signature format with French flaps that I adore, and I can say that the quality is not bad at all, but for some reason in the US this is $15, but for us to get it in Romania was pretty expensive until I managed to get these deals. So yeah, Ran and the Grey World, volume 1 to 4. Next I have the first volume from Levius East. This is the continuation story from Levius. We managed to get around the end of the year, I think it was autumn or something like that, we managed to get Levius. That was a really nice hardcover volume, big hardcover volume containing 2 or 3 volumes in it. This is a fighting manga, MMA, and that means mechanical martial arts. So people are have some mechanical alteration done to their bodies so that they can fight. The art is quite interesting in this one, and I quite enjoyed the first part of the story, so I'm definitely gonna read this one also. It has some really nice concepts. They use, for example, they use steam for energy everywhere, even in those mechanical parts. Those are fueled by steam that can be either artificially implanted in you, or some types of mechanical limbs can actually produce steam from your blood. So it's quite interesting. Probably I'm gonna do a review for the first series. Next one is volume 13 from Tokyo Ghoul. As I said before, I really liked the first series, Tokyo Ghoul, and I'm collecting Tokyo Ghoul, and once I have it all, I'm gonna read it. It's closing to an end. I can't remember right, but I think it's 16 or 18 volumes, Tokyo Ghoul, and we are already at 13, so I'm gonna wait. Some people tell me that this is worse than Tokyo Ghoul, but it can't be that worse, so it so it won't justify me collecting and buying it. Next, I have the first omnibus from Urusei Yatsura. This is a really old series. As you can also see, the art is a little bit dated. But this is a really funny series that was running in the 70s, or I can't remember correctly, but this is a really funny series that was running them, and Viz is putting it out now in these 2-in-1 editions that are having a higher quality than their normal omnibuses, because this is part of the signature line. So yeah, I'm happy that I can get it, and I ordered from Amazon a huge sale for nothing volume 2 and 3, and now I managed to get cheap volume 1, so yeah, it must be fate. Next, I have volume 11 from Ubelblatt. This is a 2-in-1 put out by Jan Press, and this is the last volume from the series. If you don't know what Ubelblatt is, it's a really bloody series. Some people are saying that it's similar to Berserk because all of the violence and rape and everything in it. It's pretty edgy, but not an edgy like Goblin Slayer or something like that. But anyway, keep that in mind if you want to get into it. I like the art in it. What I've read of it was pretty interesting, and I'm glad that I finally have it all, and then I have the final 2 volumes. So this is volume 11, but actually this series, a funny thing about this series starts from volume 0, and volume 0 has volume 1 and 2 in it. So this is practically volume 11 containing volume 13 and 23 and 24. So yeah, look it up, and if you are okay with edge, a lot of violence, a medieval fighting theme, seinen, check it out. Next, I've continued to pick up Black Clover, so this is volume 15, 16 and 17. Another shonen that's put out by Viz in their Shonen Jump imprint. The same format as most of their volumes. It's probably you already know about Black Clover, but it's the whole thing happens in a world where everyone has a magical power, but our main character doesn't, and he wants to become the greatest mage, and that the greatest warrior mage that there is in that world. And yeah, it's kind of hard without magical power, but let's say that he finds a way to do it. Again, this is something that some people are loving it and some people are hating it because it's generic, and Asta, the main character, feels like another Naruto. But yeah, from what I've read, I like it. A lot of people that didn't like it, after reading a couple of volumes, said that the story actually starts to become more and more interesting. The anime also picks up because, of course, this also has an anime. So yeah, I'm collecting it and reading it. And if you like shonen and you haven't heard about this, maybe you should give it a try. At least check the anime first. It's up on Crunchyroll. Next one, another series put out by Viz Media, and now I've got volume 5, 6 and 7, and it's funny that I have volume 3 and 4. Practically all of these volumes were bought in some sale, and I think I'm missing volume 1 and 2, so that's funny because I can't start to read it. But this is a funny romantic comedy series. Also has an anime. A lot of people are liking it, and I decided to try it and to read it. And yeah, hopefully soon I'm gonna get volume 1 and 2 so that I can actually start doing it. But from what I've looked in volume 3, because I flipped it a little bit, it looks really good. Next, let's see what else we have here. So I have volume 6 and 10 from Demon Slayer. And yeah, Demon Slayer is something that, again, at first it was hated by almost everyone, but after the anime came out, everybody started to love it because the anime was amazing. The art was done by UFO Table, and it was just good. And I saw the whole anime from the beginning, and even if people were telling me that the story is generic, I don't know, man, but the story was quite good. So yeah, he's on a quest of revenge, but it's not quite revenge. And if you read it or watch the anime, you're gonna find out why. The main character is quite lovable. His sister is also lovable. The whole power system in this manga, it's something new that I haven't read before. So yeah, I don't see any problem in it. And I've read the anime, and I'm slowly picking up the volumes when I find them cheap. And I practically do it like this for a lot of these volumes. I don't jump in getting them right when they come out, because Viz keeps their volumes in print, and you don't have to worry that you're not gonna be able to get them. They are kind of cheap, and you often find deals on them, so I'm kind of waiting for deals. For this, for example, I have volume 1 through 4, and now I've got 6 and 10. So yeah, I'm gonna pick the rest of them slowly when I get the chance. And I know that I'm gonna like the story because I already know the story from the anime, and hopefully I'm gonna see season 2 really soon. Next, the other 3 volumes that I was missing from Maggie, and now I have it all. So this is volume 27, 35 and 36. And here are the spines and the backs. As I told you, a lot of people are saying that this is a great shonen. Also has some anime adaptations. Check it out. If you're not planning to invest money in the manga, at least try the anime to see if that works for you. And the last 4 volumes from this huge box. I'm gonna try to put my dog inside that box. Or I think he's gonna do that on his own really soon. So yeah, enough babbling. This is volume 5 and volume 8 from Golden Kamuy. As I said, I'm picking up this slowly, and with this I think I have until volume 10 or something like that. And I also continued to pick up Children of the Whales. This series has some of the most amazing covers, along with Tokyo Ghoul, and some of also Promised Neverland has really nice covers. And this is a shoujo series that can be read by people that are not into shoujo, if I can say it like this, because it doesn't necessarily feel like a shoujo, but it has some of those elements in it. And it's about a mysterious world where everything is only waves and seas of sand, and there is a group of people that are living on an island that I think it's called Dirt Whale or something like that. Anyway, it's pretty interesting. It has that old fantasy stuff in it. It has some really nice art, and the story is quite great. And also, if you're not a shoujo fan and you want to dive a little bit in that genre, try it out. This is a good series for an introduction in this. So yeah, Children of the Whales, volume 12 and 13, put out by Viz in their signature line. Next, let's get to the stuff that, as I told you guys before, I already unboxed, or some of them were bought unboxed. And first of all, let's start with Paradise Kiss. So this is Paradise Kiss by Ai Yaezawa. Kind of influential manga when it came out, and it received the 20th anniversary edition that, to be honest, I was expecting to get a higher quality for an anniversary edition, because this is a 4 or 5, can't remember correctly, omnibus that, to be honest, has some really flimsy papers that are quite thin. Yeah, it's readable. I don't think that I have any problems because I had other books from Vertical. This is put out by Vertical, by the way. I had other books by Vertical that were printed out in this format, like a couple of volumes in one single book. But yeah, hopefully this will also hold up. But yeah, enough about the release and more to the story. It's a story about a girl who gets pulled in the world of fashion by a group of people that are into fashion, and she becomes a model, and you practically are right next to her through this career of modeling and transformation and everything. And I have really high hopes for this. I also enjoy modeling, and yeah, this will go in great. Next, I have the last volume from To Love Room, the last omnibus, containing volumes 17 and 18. Finally, this series is complete, and now we only have to wait for Darkness to come out. Anyway, I started to flip this, but this is really edgy, so I better do not. But yeah, really happy that we have all of the volumes from To Love Ru, and hopefully in 1 year or so or I think more, with the release rate, we'll also get To Love Ru Darkness. Next, another series that I'm completing. By the way, I'm completing a lot of series. I just found that out, realized that in this haul. But yeah, this is volume 4 from Our Dreams at Dusk. This is a story regarding the LGBT community. It's quite a really interesting one, and this is something that's suited for readers that are not necessarily readers of yaoi or yuri series, because this is kind of in between, you know. And it's a coming of age, a story where you find out how a group of people deals with these changes in their lives and how they can manage themselves and how they see the rest of the world and stuff like that. It has some really touchy moments in parts of it, and yeah, I'm happy that I have the last volume and now I can read the whole series, because I only read volume 1 until now. Next, as you remember, maybe you don't, maybe you haven't seen that video. If you haven't, go see that video, because it was a huge haul. Also in that one, I've got from big sale in November from Amazon, volume 3 of Makimaho. I messed up and I made the wrong person into a magical girl. Yeah, really huge name, probably has a light novel as the source material, but I've got this, to be sincere, because the cover was crazy, the title was crazy, and I haven't read anything about magical girls before, so I want to dive into that genre also, because into that subject, because I want a little bit of everything in my knowledge regarding manga, and this seemed quite fucked up, and I kind of like fucked up series. So yeah, blind buy, I must say, but I hope I like it, and I think I'm gonna like it because it looks crazy, and I'm into crazy. Next, I have volumes 2, 3, and 4 from Quintessential Quintuplets. I think that 4 I already had, and now I got volume 1, but I messed up when I got them from my shelves. Anyway, now I have until volume 4 from the Quintessential Quintuplets. This is a series put out by Kodansha in this small format that costs a little bit less, so that's great, because they also have pricey volumes. But yeah, it's the story about a guy who gets to tutor some quintuplets, and the story starts with you knowing that he's gonna marry one of them, and you're going through all of that to see which one of them is it. And first volume was good, but after reading the second volume, the series became great. So try it out. I'm gonna do an impression video quite soon for this series. Next, I've managed to get volume 3 from the Cardcaptor Sakura Collector's Edition. I also have volume 1 and 2, and I'm really happy that I can get Cardcaptor Sakura in this format. I didn't had it before, and I'm a fan of Clamp, so really happy for this one. Already read volume 1 and it was great, and can't wait to read this also. Next volume, I've got another big huge hardcover. This is Berserk, the deluxe edition. This is huge, really huge. It also comes with a bookmark, a material bookmark, and this is a 3-in-1, and we are still in the golden arc age, and I'm really happy that they are putting this out. I also have the singles. I will also collect the singles. Berserk is one of my favorite series. That's kind of normal to have Berserk one of your favorite series. And yeah, I'm happy that we're getting these Bibles, and I'm gonna collect it in both singles and this format. Next, this is something that I think that I forgot to show in my last haul, because I got this right before New Year's or just after that, because I was watching The Witcher. I had this one in I had this library edition, this beautiful omnibus in my wish list for a while, and they had a sale on it in my country when the Netflix show was airing. And I've read part of this before in paperbacks, and now I finally have the hardback for this, and I can tell you that this, I'm saying this over and over again, I hope that slowly manga will get the same treatment as we are getting in comics, because this has a beautiful spine that doesn't bend. It's sewn, the binding is sewn, it's not only glued, and yeah, it's in a bigger format, and it's quite beautiful. And I'm really happy that I managed to get this, and also for a really nice price. Next, this is something from Romania actually, and I saw this at a colleague's Facebook page, and yeah, I'm really happy that I got it. I knew nothing about this. I didn't know that it existed, but this is practically the history from 1989. And 1989 for us, Romania, is the year where we had a revolution, and we got rid of the communists from our country. And this is a hardcover edition that has a set of short stories drawn by 39 Romanian comic book artists and writers, and it's quite interesting. It's great. You get a lot of stories from when everything happened in 1999, and I got this today, and I can't wait to get into it. I'm so happy that I found out about this one, and also since it was printed here in Romania, it was quite accessible as price, and it was cheap. And if you are Romanian and you want to get it, try it. For example, this is Cluj-Napoca, and here are the events from the revolution, where the country sent out the army to shoot the people. So yeah, it has some really touching stories in it, and I can't wait to get into this. This is quite a nice addition to my collection, because it has this topic, but not only that, I get to see 39 comic writers and drawers from my country into a single book, to experience their art, their writing style, and so on. Because we don't have a large industry here, but we still have people that do it, and yeah, I'm happy that I have it. And the last book from this haul is book 2 from Saga. Saga, it's a really great sci-fi series. It's another comic book. I think this is Canadian, and it's a sci-fi fantasy series that's highly known in the world of comics. So yeah, even if you don't read comics, you probably know about Saga, because at this point it's popular. How I know, at the same level with some of the DCs and Marvel series that are well known. So yeah, I'm getting it in the hardcover format from Image. Beautiful edition, beautiful series. And let me show you a little bit of art. Again, a really nice quality format and edition. And yeah, if you like comics, you should try this, because you're probably gonna like it. It's universally liked, I can say. So yeah, guys, that was my entire haul. I don't even know how many books are here, but I can definitely say that there is a lot, quite a lot. So yeah, I'll need to find room for all of this, and I can't wait to read it all. Slowly but surely I will do it. And I've got some really amazing, at least in my opinion, additions to my collection. And yeah, tell me if you like it. Tell me if you want to know anything more about any of these series, even if they are manga or comics. Tell me what you thought about all of this, what you are picking up and stuff like that. And if you like this video, try to like it. And if you're new to this channel and you want to see more impressions or hauls, I have a lot of big hauls, hit that subscribe button down below. And yeah, thank you guys for watching, and see you in my next video. And until then, go read some manga.